Welcome back to Let's Try Roleplay. This is episode 11 of The Long Night, our crossover campaign. Unfortunately, we don't have an intro for you. Enjoy. With the Battle of the Great Hall imminent, our heroes once again split up to accomplish their collective goals. Team Blue, comprised of Ibethane, Nine, Uma and Kyle, took a group of cultists and half-elves to bottleneck the orcish foes coming out of their quarters. This was an explosive encounter that eventually ended in a planned retreat back to the Great Hall for our heroes. Meanwhile, Team Red, Oliver, Nat Bowen and Thalmy, took to the dungeons below the castle to find and save the imprisoned members of the Order of the Gauntlet. Things did not start so smoothly, with Oliver's slip resulting in an unfortunate beating. But our heroes managed to dispatch 4 half-orc guards before releasing their imprisoned allies. Leaders Davith and Freena aided the wounded, Craig embraced his saviours, and Threnru let his hatred for the Tyrant known. The plan from here is to go to the Tyrant's quarters and take him by surprise in an attempt to save Oliver's sister Marcella. But is this a wise move with their very limited knowledge of the Tyrant's powers? So last we left off, Nine, Uma, Ibethane and Kyle.
You did not look at the right people as you were doing that.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Guys, I'm playing 9 now.
I guess
Uma, Nine, Ibethane and Kyle
That was weird.
had taken out some orcs in a bottlenecking extravaganza plan, yes.
That was good.
Bottlenecking night out.
Night on the Tyne, night in the Ice Palace.
Nicking some Chardonnay. But now you guys had retreated, heading back up the stairs back towards the Great Hall, with a metric shit ton of orcs hot on your tail.
Few of them. Yeah.
I'm sure Uma is still just randomly flailing his axe behind
like,
him as he runs.
Pretty much. Like, I'm walking backwards, just kind of holding them at bay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And as you're running up these stairs, you had a load of, you each had assigned to you some infantry people, some members of Skoll, some elves who are being miscellaneously...
Archers.
Yeah, your archers.
Archery boys.
Who many have been are just being slain down by these orcs trampling forwards.
Shit.
Especially because there's a traffic jam because
Pebbles in the
Pebbles in the way and nobody can get past. So it's like
I think we might have been the last ones up the stairs. I think Kyle's gonna have returned Pebble, and then I still get my iron defenses, don't I? We said that.
yeah, we
cool.
established that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna get my put him away so I can fucking flee like a bitch.
Yeah. So I actually think that Kyle and Ibethane would be first out into this great hall, closely followed by the others.
Okay.
And this is the first time you've seen it, because before when you're going round to the thing you used round to the back passages, but you come into this great hall, which is all right.
Back passage.
There's a large explosion in one of the back passages.
There's gas filling the halls.
They're penetrating our back passage.
That's like an Austin Powers joke.
It really
He
is.
likes to do the boob satellites and the penis thing.
Darling, they're penetrating the back passage.
But you come into this massive, massive atrium. This. What's wrong with that?
It's the
Massive anus.
You come into this.
You come into
This
this
massive.
massive atrium.
This massive atrium, which must be. Oh my god.
Fuck me running.
That'd be difficult.
Carry on.
So this massive atrium, this great hall, which is probably 100 meters tall and a couple of 100 meters in diameter. What is this?
Tell us the gun?
What's the width?
What kind of texture?
Is it ribbed?
I was just about to go on to the texture. So the walls are shiny.
Oh.
They are glistening with
Fuck.
layers of sharp ice.
It's like every sentence is like more. Nope.
So, it's these massive shards from ice, like hanging down from the roof, like stalactites, and it's almost blinding as you go in here. The light sort of reverberating around here, and deep behind this, the ice. There's just the word "deep" set you off. What? This is
Deeper! No.
deep behind the ice. There is a stone structure from which this castle is actually built, but it is cold, so ice has covered all of it. Shall we move on?
Yes.
That's
G-spot.
actually really cool.
Can we still hear the noise of the orcs banging?
Oh my god, we're bringing that back. This massive orgy.
Do they start like spilling in,
Don't go near my back passage, Lord.
overflowing? Oh Jesus Christ!
Serious.
Anyway,
clean
so
up
as
news.
you come,
Clean up in the atrium needed.
Clean up in that massive atrium. Clean up in the massive atrium. I know we're all excited, but
There
can
is
we
a
please
shiny-
keep it in our pants.
there is a shiny, glistening substance coating the walls.
Robin's dying.
It's leaking out the doors. There's nothing we can do.
Oh my god.
Oh, right, tell us about your massive atrium.
So we finished talking about the massive atrium.
Halfway. Halfway.
Well, actually, so what you can see from
I'm so sorry because Connor came before this and went, I've got a really good description of this
Yeah.
atrium area.
I spent like the last 2 hours writing it.
So across this great hall, I'm gonna start calling it the Great Hall.
Yes,
again.
that's better.
On the opposite side from you can see hundreds
Men?
of.
We can see men.
Hundreds of them.
Hundreds of seamen.
You can see a large army that's been formed of infantry soldiers from Skoll and from the half elves that you've recruited.
Okay.
To take down these half orcs.
Oh,
we,
boys.
we had because we had some elves with us, but we had the guards and the policemen from the Pokemon world with us.
Yes. Many of them are being axed down
Oh,
as
shit.
we speak.
Oh god.
no.
But
Do they
they've
have their
also
weapons?
they've
Do they
got Star Wars blasters, so they're
Oh,
also
We
yeah.
gave them to the wrong
Pachoo!
people.
yeah.
God damn it.
Can they hit anything? Like, are they stormtroopers?
Do you have like a
basically?
rolled disadvantage if you're using one of those blasters?
The
like-
sights on these things are bullshit.
Shoots himself in the face.
But this army across the other side of the hall, they're all arranged in, in a specific way, so that you've got swordsmen at the front with archers kneeling behind them, and in front of. At the very front, sort of protected by their own little battalions, you've got the sort of leaders of these armies. So you see.
This is feeding my Lord of the Rings fantasy. I'll give you that much. This is some straight Lord of the Rings
You
shit.
see Nerissa, who we know as Grendel's daughter, who was the one who's being
She's the one-
violated by the Tyrant.
Grendel's a dumb name.
Who's the mum
Yes,
of all of these
she's
people.
the one that's leader of Skull.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then her partner Dorian,
Yeah.
who's Scarface that chopped up Ollie's mum. And then Kian,
Wait.
your old rival.
Dumb name.
Technically, he's a cuck because his wife is his. Wait, should they? Huh? Yeah, I just wanted to insult him more. I don't like him. Because his partner's having
Doing the
relations with someone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ollie's gonna use that.
Not that it's particularly.
No, it's not relevant.
Her choice.
No, it's not.
That's,
but-
is that his class? Is it cuck? He's a level 5 cuck.
The other leader here you see is Farah, who is the
Fair
elven
Fair
leader,
enough, yeah.
who's standing with her longbow traced on these orcs as they
Brilliant.
That's
come
nice.
out.
Fairly cool.
Like her.
How long is it? Is it made of wood? I'm done.
And at this moment, over the sort of commotion of the orcs charging up behind you guys and these guys getting ready to fight, you
Yep.
hear there's these pounding of.
You got yourself that time.
Is this still in the back passage?
No, these bounding feet, and then you see this massive object fly over the top.
Oh my god.
It's just not even sexual. It's just our minds are like trying to make things.
Yeah.
Anyway, this massive beast jumps over all of the armies and lands in front, and you see Tiberius for the first time properly in the flesh.
That's awesome.
This dog the size of like an elephant, that sort of size, with one massive head which is upright, and then fuck off. Its other head is sort of lying limp to the side.
So he's got both heads, but one's not
Yes,
moving.
and he is because you've only ever seen him in either drawings or the statue before.
We saw the statue, but the statue had a smashed head. Didn't
Yes,
it? So
this one actually has the head. It's just lying,
Which is kinda
limp next to it, and it's this black.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah,
sometimes it's difficult to perform.
yeah. And it lets out this terrifying half roar, half screech that rings round this massive atrium.
Glistening
So
atrium.
he is effectively a legendary Pokemon,
Yes.
right? Okay. Just realised that this whole time I've not really been thinking of him as that. I keep thinking of him as God, putting him in D&D context, but not put legendary
Yeah.
Couldn't
Pokemon.
catch him.
Holy shit.
And so you guys hear this as you're running in, and I don't know. You probably at the moment anyway feel quite good about yourselves that you've got this on your side.
Generally, I do.
But then you also realise that your plan is to try and take it down later.
Oh yeah.
But we can, like, there's a lot of people who can fight it and you beat it down.
Yeah.
And,
Also,
He's already got one head missing. He's pretty much on half health.
must have a blind spot then.
Probably.
Yeah.
Underneath its limp head.
Yeah.
if video game rules dictate anything, it's that once the boss starts losing limbs, that means that you're actually doing damage
Is
to
the
it. So
weak, is the limp head its weak spot?
Yeah, is it shining?
Because it can't like defend itself.
Is it, are bits of it shining at all?
you see when you have to like target onto it, just like go straight to the heads
Yeah.
first.
If
It's
you,
like-
if you target the limp
Target.
head, it's got a lower AC.
I cast magic missiles at its weak point.
I cast aim assist. I'm gonna need it for my fire bolts.
So, Uma,
Yes.
I'm going to say, because you're sort of still facing backwards and taking down people,
Yeah.
you notice a familiar orc.
Oh, get fucked.
Dun,
I
dun,
searched
dun,
for
dun,
him.
dun, dun.
Search-
I know who it is.
Google
The,
search.
the
it,
click
right.
was finger guns, but
You see, sort of just coming out of the staircase,
Cage.
and
he's doing just fine.
you see Google, the orc who's sort of leading these, or the half orc that's leading these half orcs because his mother is elderly and not particularly great. I have no idea where she is, but she's in some.
She's somewhere.
Yeah, fuck it. You can go murder her if you want in cold blood.
She was the first one through the first area that we blew up. We killed her by accident.
But you see Google running up, and actually, all around him, you see these orcs start to panic. But you see Google sort of narrow his eyes at Tiberius, and he reaches behind him onto his belt and pulls out some like a horn.
Oh, what?
And he puts that horn to his mouth and like blows. Fuck off. Blows into this horn, and this rings the whole way around the massive atrium. And
Big listening atrium.
there's a sort of a moment of silence after that, and then you start to hear the part of the ice on the back wall start to crack and crumble.
Oh.
And then
Fucked it, mate.
yeah, and then out of this you start to see massive cracks going on, in a 20-meter tall formation, and then an arm, this massive arm, bursts out of the wall. This massive blue arm, and then the other one comes out holding a huge great axe, and then you see this bearded giant break its way out of the ice that had been dormant for so long, and the orcs have evened the battle with a frost giant breaks out of the back wall.
Dun, dun, dun.
I look at the other guys and go, "We're taking his toe."
Yeah. Why would you take the toe?
Oh, Uma, that we know this tiny little woman who likes toes.
Right.
It's
That's
like
pretty weird.
yeah, but in context of what we've been talking about recently, probably not best.
The more I think about it, those toes must be the size of her.
They're
At
like
least half the size of her.
they're like basketball size.
I have drawn it,
You-
so I will release it at some point.
You slow cook it,
Oh,
and then the juices you get out is the
Oh, no,
potion of
please
giant
stop.
strength.
Oh my
that's
god!
disgusting.
You have to use specific herbs though.
But there's like a big ass
Disgusting.
toenail in the glass you drink.
Oh no, you slow cook it for long enough that like the big ass toenail is actually just like a clipping.
I'm pretty sure that we've said.
Do you just stir it with it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sick.
I'm pretty sure we've talked about her sitting drinking a martini with a toenail in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is the scene in front of you, and
It's pretty fucked up.
in fact none of the people there are here that would realize it, but this is your battle of 3 armies in a great hall in a nice palace that was
kill some orcs.
yeah.
Gonna get fucked.
Yeah. So what is your guys' plan before we jump into hitting shit and cutting people down? What do you guys want to do? Where do you want to start this
That
fight
kind
off?
of was my plan.
I'm gonna
Just jump
take
in
down
and
Google.
hit shit.
You're gonna take on Google.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Gonna-
kill some orcs.
Find him.
Can you kill some
Find
orcs?
I'm gonna kill some orcs.
him.
Okay.
Where's
Good.
Craig?
Craig's not. Craig
here.
is away. We will get to Craig.
I have. Look, Ibathane's a simple man. He only has certain things that he really, really wants. He wants Tholme. He's got Tholme. He wants Craig. And at the moment, he really wants to ride an elf. So I'm going to ride an elf.
In the back
I'm
passage.
gonna. Do you have rules there for mounted combat?
I roughly know them.
I want to ride an elf.
Excuse me, you're gonna have to define what you mean
Yeah,
by ride an elf.
You're
Yeah,
busy.
no.
at
Is
the
the elf
moment.
standing?
I'm going to ride an elf into the back passage. I'm gonna,
You're in the middle of a battle and you've just walked in and gone, I would like to ride an elf. Is this a bucket list thing? Is
Are they like on their hands and knees crawling along? Like
I
a
reckon
horse?
if I get on their shoulders, I'll be able to aim better.
like you'll
Or
be like your
you'll be
parents?
higher up.
I'll be higher up.
You'll have the high ground.
the high ground.
Hold on. Are you standing?
I like to think
What?
you get up there. It's just like, and Umar turns around. It's like, it's a good tactic.
I think. Do I have a giant trench coat? I do have a trench coat. I could just look like.
If only you could cast enlarge reduce, because that's a spell. You could make your trench coat bigger.
I say if you use the Wanda Weasley, it might just have to do it.
That has enlarged reduce.
I know, as I'm
The
saying.
risks are high.
Are you standing on the elf shoulders? Or are you like sitting on the shoulders the way you used to do when you were a kid?
Ibathane's not pulling off standing on the shoulders.
He doesn't have the decks.
Come back to reality, Robin.
We're standing on elf shoulders here, okay? We're talking serious. We're talking precise.
You've heard of Elf on a Shelf, but this is gonna be Ibathane.
On and
In the ethereal plane.
Nah.
That's a good
It's got nothing to do with elves though.
No! Everything on a shoulder pain.
Ibathane causing shoulder pain.
Yes!
Fuck yes.
Oh dear. So
my mind's gone to if we do a Skyrim crossover as well. Uma on the skooma.
Yes!
so the
9 likes wine.
so the
I
tree.
thought 9 online.
What does this keep? What do these buttons do?
Just smashes a keyboard.
Call me on your homie.
So the scene transition here.
Sorry. It's like,
That's still a delayed reaction.
wait, Tholme, you want to call me?
That's a good one.
That's not bad. So we're gonna make a scene transition to the other team. No, Henry, shut up. You're about to do another one. So we see these two armies running towards each other, and just as the first, great axes meet scimitars, we've seen transition back down to the dungeons, where Team Red have just rescued the Order of the Gauntlet members, namely Davith, Freena, who are both sort of the same level in the Order, Threnru, who is Freena's sort of Padawan, so to speak, and then Craig, who is there. So in this scene we also have Tholme, who else?
You'll get it.
Oliver and Nat and Byron.
Yay!
So
Sexual
Freena.
tension.
So where are they exactly at the second?
So they're in a dungeon.
They're still in the dungeon.
Like down beneath a different one's where the orcs were, but this is where the Order of the Gauntlet were being kept.
We've
This
let
was
them,
the-
we've let them out.
Yeah, they're all out. You've just killed the orcs that were
It was
guarding
over on
them.
the opposite side of the massive
Yes,
atrium,
exactly.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Cool.
Much deeper.
But yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah. So Freena says, I think that was a very good observation from Threnru, from hearing the orcs saying that that the Tyrant is actually not going to be on the battlefield. He's still up in his quarters, and that he has Marcella there.
Well, then that's probably where we should go.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to. It's a fair journey around. We're gonna have to traverse quite a lot of this castle without being found. But I reckon a lot of the people will actually be in the Grey Hall by now. You can now start to hear the sound of combat and battle around.
I mean, ultimately, I don't really care. I've literally gone to another universe planet to find her, so just, a couple floors doesn't matter.
No, exactly. Have you? I suppose you haven't.
No.
You haven't seen this tower from outside. Tholme, you might have seen it. And Tholme's like, yeah, it's big.
I mean,
we need
Do they
many legs to get there. I
do they
don't
have a
think the
lift?
two we have.
Well,
There are
we've
no
got,
lifts in the Dungeons and Dragons world.
Look, we don't have time to be pissing
wrong,
around
first
about.
of all.
We don't have time to be pissing about how big it is. We've got Pokemon. We can ride them up. We can move fast. We just need to go now.
But this is hundreds of meters tall. But yeah, you're
not
right.
that
There's we need to get going. And Tholme says we should who's got the comm link? We should probably
I think I have it.
we should probably let the guys know what the situation is.
I'll press the comm link. How does it work? I do the comm link.
The comm link goes through to Ibethane.
Kill them all! Fireballs! Fireballs!
I'm imagining it's very loud, so I assume Oliver just goes, "Oh my god!" I think they're doing some sort of fighting.
Nine! There's a small boy in my head!
Ibethane, it's me, Oliver.
What?
Ibethane, it's me, Oliver. We're downstairs. We've got the Order of the Gauntlet people,
It's Oliver. He's downstairs. He's got the Order of the Gauntlet people.
as well as Craig.
As well. Craig! Where's Craig?
Craig's with me.
Is he okay? Don't tell him I asked.
Hello. We've got you on speaker.
Craig, get up here. What are you doing down there?
I was gonna go help Oliver.
I've got your knife.
I'm coming.
Well, we Ibethane. Sorry, Tholme here. You're on speaker. We need Craig.
What is speaker?
We're on this thing called speaker. I don't know what that means, but apparently it means it's message.
It means
between
you can,
multiple people.
It means you.
Oh,
it's
yes.
like
This
it's
is a powerful spell.
it's like
powerful.
you're on, like, when people shout.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Okay.
But not everything. We want Craig. We need everyone we can for going up to the.
Well, what the... Kyle is telling me about something called a Pokemon trade. Can we do a Pokemon trade? Apparently, we need special cable.
I don't think. I mean, you could just send Kyle down.
What's a cable?
Like a rope, but not.
So I send you Kyle, you give me Craig.
Yes.
That doesn't seem fair, but okay.
That's what you wanted.
to you or me?
Craig, you're great. Get up.
See, to be fair, I think
Craig's gone. He's on his way.
that's good. Tholme's like, I think that's perfectly fair. That motherfucker turned into a dragon.
It's true, but you haven't seen this guy's pebble.
It's
So
not
is
just
that
a magic stone.
so is that happening then? Are you guys swapping?
I'll give him Craig.
Right.
Kyle for Craig.
Okay, cool. So is this because you now want
Craig.
to play one character in each team after your poor decision last time?
Let's say it's that, yes.
Hold on. Have,
Really,
you
I just wanted Craig.
have you consulted Kyle? Be like, "Oi, Kyle, fuck off."
Kyle's, yeah. Sure. Kyle's stupid.
He'll go where he's told.
Honestly, to be honest, if you press A enough, Pokemon characters will do whatever you want.
I realise I'm playing 2 characters on each team technically now.
Oh,
I'm
with
Craig
Davith.
and Umar and Davith and Oliver.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, simple.
And Byron, let's mix it up. Byron says,
Oh.
let's check this out. Multiple NPCs. Right, guys, should we get a move on? The longer we leave it, the more chance that there might be someone that like sort of loses way from the battle and comes searching elsewhere.
You're still on speaker. Do I need to be for here for this?
I hang up mid-sentence. Oliver gets out Paddy to ride up the stairs.
Okay, there's a number of there's corridors to go between there. So can you guys roll a stealth check, please?
Stealth?
Gonna roll.
I assume as Kyle's not there, I don't need to take part in this.
Or in fact, sorry, don't roll a stealth check. Can you guys please roll a survival check to try and find your way to?
Ooh. 15.
Ooh, 23. Not natural.
And what about you, everything? Or oh fuck, you've not got any.
Do you want me to roll as Kyle trying to find them?
Kyle just gets lost. Never finds
Kyle's
it.
just like, I don't know.
Please don't roll a one.
No. 1 second. Just gonna get my character sheet. That was. The fuck doesn't it? I've never done a survival check.
Yeah, you have. No, I think Thormy always does.
19.
Ooh.
Okay, no, cool. So you guys managed to find your way to the bottom of the stairs of this tower.
Of the tower. Right.
Yeah, and Craig not rolled particularly well. So Craig is running off to where he thinks the battlefield is, and then Kyle comes up behind him and sees him running the same way, and he's like.
I'm holding like an orc sword, like on the battle. I'm covered in blood. It's really fucked up in there.
I just pictured that they're all my dad.
And I'm like, hi. I'm gonna have so much to talk about on my show.
I've got a new idea for a game.
How does Craig react?
I think you're going the wrong way.
What?
No, Craig's got. Oh yeah, Craig's got the wrong way.
I think I'm going to the battlefield.
I'm going upstairs.
Well, one of us is going the wrong way.
You go to the battlefield.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the battlefield's this way.
Yeah, I think you missed what I was saying.
Am I going
James.
backwards?
No, right. So what
No.
happened is, Kyle,
What am I doing?
Basically,
Kyle ran down
Kyle
the
is
corridor
going
and
the right way. Kyle's going the right way.
Right.
And then he's going the right way fast, and he sees Craig kind of like going in a meandering direction, like I don't know where I am.
Shit.
And then Craig's like, "No, you're wrong."
Look, I established this earlier. Kyle is stupid.
So, right, that way. Bye.
Battlefield's that way.
Oh, I shut up.
Hey, take this, and I give him a dagger.
He takes the dagger.
Ibethane says you need this.
Oh, and runs.
Okay.
When he's handed a dagger, does Craig level up?
So we'll say, for argument's sake, Craig arrives at the bottom of the stairs at the same time. Sorry, Kyle arrives at the bottom of the stairs at the same time. Drop my pen.
Nice.
Kyle arrives at the bottom of the stairs at the same time as the rest of you.
Yep, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Cool.
Covered in blood,
Awesome.
holding
Hello,
a sword.
Carl.
Hello.
You
Covered in blood.
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's kicking off.
Doing all right?
Huh?
Yours? Any of it yours?
Just like get a can out. Yeah. I'm not even sure.
I mean, I hope. Can I turn to as Oliver? I want to turn to like some of the Order of the Gauntlet people and be like, do you know if is it orc blood?
Yeah, they're big.
Do they carry any bloodborne diseases?
Oh God.
Are they asking who?
I'm asking the Order of the Gauntlet.
Oh, the Freena. She's like, aye, especially up here, especially with the kind of incest that goes on here, I've no idea.
Oh.
Good luck, Kyle.
Kyle, did you kill them yourself, or did you get?
Some of them. It's weird how fun it is. it's especially with everything in the back.
I at this point turn to Nat. I'm like, I told you.
Oh, fucking
I told you.
Kyle,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about this
Cool.
after.
That's fine.
Are you gonna
On my
put,
show?
I have a friend that's a very good psychiatrist.
Are you gonna put the swords down?
No, we need them. Trust me. If you'd seen what I'd seen, we need them.
Do you want to stop
There was
pointing
so much
them
fire.
at everyone?
So much fire.
Point them to the ground, Kyle. Not to your face,
I
to the
will.
ground.
I like grab Nat, looking right in the eyes, and it's like, if he can make fire come out of his hands, why does he need a flamethrower? He said you let him have it.
at this point, Tholme, like,
Someone slap him.
I slap him.
I also slap him.
Get a hold of
I think
yourself.
second he slapped, he's just like, yep, cool, I'm good.
Oh, I needed
What we
that.
doing?
Tholme runs up and grabs Nat and was like, you've got that sneaky trait to you. I think we should go up first and just make sure the coast is clear.
I like to think he goes up and just goes, you gave him a flamethrower?
Oh yeah, Tholme doesn't know. No, he does know that. So, yeah, he's the flamethrower. Yeah. So they start to this long ascent up these stairs, and it takes a good amount of time because this tower is
Not a bad amount of time. Not a very good amount of time. Just a good amount of time.
So if
What?
if we said the Great Hall was 100 meters tall, this tower reaches up at least another 100 meters above that.
So 200.
Some might. Well, to be fair, I said at least, so at least 200.
Yeah.
So it could be more. Could be more.
Could be 205. Is that to the floor or to the ceiling? Like, whoa. Are we talking stories?
To the window, to the wall, to the.
Let's put down my orcs. Oh, you bitches down. Oh dear.
Oh, you
And this
bitches,
is-
orcs. Oh, orcs, motherfucker.
It's a spiral staircase. So you guys are just climbing and climbing and climbing, and slowly the.
Jesus, no wonder he doesn't come down.
Yeah, no, he never. He doesn't
He's just
Like-
lazy.
Just sits at the top, like, I thought it looked cool, but every time I go down, I have to come back up, and it's just who has the time?
Message. Sir, they've started battling in the massive atrium. Yeah, I'll be there in a bit.
He kind of looks out the door, and he's just like, I should install a slide.
Yeah. They called him again. He's just like, one sec. Yeah, so many stairs. Be there soon. Eating popcorn, watching it on the TV.
He's got an ensuite, so he really just doesn't have to leave. You just get his food teleported up to
Just a
him.
really long, dumb waiter from the kitchen.
It's literally just a done waiter. He's like, I forgot your order, sir.
One of the orcs.
It sprayed it all over the massive atrium. Sorry, sir. I dropped your gentleman's relish in the back atrium.
The
back passage.
Eventually, when you reach the top of this staircase, you come out into
Spotted dick.
this sort of the
That shit needs looked at.
Carry on.
so you come out
Stairs.
Yes, come up to the top of the stairs, and you come into this room with a huge double door in front of it. What?
It's your pronunciation.
No, it's
Massive.
It's that combined with your hands, because it's like, if for listeners, you know the aliens meme, like aliens. It's that, but like looking up in awe. It's like huge.
No more innuendo.
In your endo.
Yeah,
You found that far funnier than you should have.
yeah.
I've said it so many times myself, and no one finds it funny. So if someone ever does it, I have to laugh in solidarity.
So we come out into this room with the double doors in front of you. I use my hands. Fuck off.
I can say stuff, but I'm not gonna say it.
And around.
Oh my god!
Wow, I got personal.
Oh Jesus! See, unless you're in this mood, which the listeners won't be on their way to work, this is not funny. I would argue that it's not even funny here.
Jesus Christ! It's right. We're gonna get the listeners in the mood.
Let's get it on.
So in this room, there are many shelves.
Why are you laughing at shelves?
There's shelves and big cases.
We can't laugh at huge, but you can laugh at shelves.
That's a lot of shelves.
How many elves are on these shelves?
Anyway, there is a lot of
Robin Cook.
She's gonna drown.
There is a
She's
lot.
gonna drown inside.
She's knocked
no,
over.
she's knocked over. Oh Lord.
There are a lot of bookcases and shelves with a lot of gold and silver and finery on them, and jewels and stuff like that in this sort of quite ornate room. And then again, lots of ornate sort of inscribings in a language that not many, I don't think people would understand across this door.
What language is it, may I ask? Just out of curiosity.
So Frina, what languages does Davith and Frina and Drenru speak?
Davith, they would probably all speak Common, Celestial, Elvish, Dwarvish, Gnomish.
Oh, yeah,
but I'm going between all of them. They wouldn't all know this.
Yeah.
And Draconic.
Oh.
Who understand?
Davith fought against the Dragonborn, so he'd probably know Draconic.
Wouldn't one of them know something a bit weirder as well?
Yeah, so they'd all probably they probably would all know Celestial,
right? Okay.
And Draconic's also quite a common magical language. So they probably know a combination of those.
So I think that from between them, both of them sort of have a look at the inscribings on this door, and they sort of recognise what kind of that they sort of recognise the symbols and stuff, but can't quite place.
Okay. Thormy
what
speaks
language
fairy.
this is from.
Mm.
Frina goes, so guys, what? I presume on the other side of that door is where the Tyrants' quarters are. What
Oliver
should
recalls
the plan
Paddy.
be? Recalls Paddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I presume I recall India. I reckon I've been.
Kyle gets out
banged
aggro.
on.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Tomorrow when he gets here.
Just the door.
Dum,
Yeah.
dum, dum, dum.
So you guys are all sitting.
Agron coming up the stairs.
So you guys are all sitting, sort of discussing what you're gonna do and what plans that you might make, and then simultaneously, all of you hear a voice in your head, and it says, "Well, our guests have finally arrived. Please come in, but please do be quiet. The child is sleeping." Back down in the Great Hall, first up in our initiative order is the Frost Giant.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
The Frost Giant is going to go up towards Tiberius, make a beeline straight for him, raise his great axe and try to take it down on top of Tiberius. So the Frost Giant's first attack goes down and collides with the ground next to Tiberius, but his second great axe attack manages to catch Tiberius on the side.
It's a great axe attack.
And that does.
That was really good. What's wrong with us tonight?
I don't know.
Really giggling.
It's the first time we've recorded in a while.
What was in those brownies?
There
was nothing in the brownies.
There was nothing.
It was actually was it cheesecake? It wasn't even brownies. It was like
Oh no, I made a
Bailey's,
tart.
tart.
Tarty.
And yes, the Frost Giant does a decent amount of damage to Tiberius
How
as
does
it
he look?
slices up. So Tiberius, it looks fine.
One of his heads is poor.
Depends whether you count that.
If
I
no one
automatically-
noticed that it was limp to start with, they're like, oh my god.
That's going to bring it to Tiberius's go.
Okay.
Tiberius, in return, is going to lunge back at the Frost Giant with a bite attack and sort of lunge onto his thigh. And rolls a 2, so doesn't manage that.
Misses the thigh.
And then, as it's lunging past, brings back one of its claws to try and make a claw attack. And will hit.
Nice.
Can you do like a mace attack with the other head? Like swing it around and hit it.
Swing it like Mjolnir.
Yeah.
And this doesn't do half as much damage as the great attack, so 1-0 to the Frost Giant.
You should never date a frost giant. Sooner or later, they just give you the cold shoulder. Think of other ones.
That's going to bring it to Pun Master General Ibethane.
Ooh,
Don't give him ideas for a title.
I can't think of anything funny. I'm gonna.
What's new?
Has Craig arrived?
Yeah, let's by this time, yeah.
Is he
Craig's
by
on.
my side?
So
Because you know he's too scared to be anywhere else.
when it comes to Ibethane's turn, he stops for a moment and hears a
He comes like swinging on a vine.
I just turn around and Craig's stabbing an
or actually, you just tell you, and then just like everything, you feel something back up behind you, and you both turn around and you're back to back with Craig.
Oh, hey Craig, take this, and I like put my hand in my pocket. I cast Magic Stone and give him a Magic Stone.
Oh right, okay.
How many
Just
can
one?
I have? Can I have 3?
Usually you make 3 at a time,
3.
don't you?
Who? I can't remember who else has them. Fuck
Oh.
them, they're fucked. I'm gonna make 3 and give. I'm gonna make 3 and palm them into his hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that
That's going to be my bonus action, which I assume means mounting an elf is going to be out of the question unless I want to use an action.
Yes, I think fairly.
The
yes.
elf could use his action to pick you up.
Connor, the elf could use his action. We'll save that for next round. Do they have to? Does
Is
that,
it really happening?
Does they have to be? Do they have to be okay with it? Or do I have to roll?
You have to roll intimidation.
Well, I'm
We have
really
to roll
good at
or
intimidation.
persuasion.
Oh,
So good. I'm so
It's like, hey, look, just let me do it.
You're just like
it's
stealth.
it's in
God,
everyone's
just be
best
cool.
interest.
Just be cool. Just let me do
cool,
it.
dude. Just let
Look,
me.
it's part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan. Your mom told me you had to.
That's not just performance.
Look,
Like,
I've
it's part
asked
of art.
Dad,
It's an
and
art
he says
movement.
yes.
That's the classic kid thing. I've asked Dad. He said it was fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Tiberius
And then-
says it's okay.
The other head, the limp one, said it was okay before he went
I have
limp.
a question.
Okay.
Can I dual wield my Wand of Weasley and a flamethrower? Both of them are one-handed.
Have we established that the flamethrower is one-handed?
We have now.
Flamethrowers. That seems intense.
It's usually weapons that you.
It makes sense. I look, we're all cool.
Do you know what? Do you know
If
what?
this was in your game, you would be like, absolutely
100%.
not.
If I was DM, I'm like, no, but I'm not.
What
So,
we can do is we'll go to the prospective DMs.
do you want to be?
Is the Wand of Weasley one-handed?
Yes.
Right, and I'm the DM for Star Wars, and the flamethrower is one-handed, so it's okay.
You know what? He's got you there.
I've got a point,
Fine.
and it's at the
he's-
end of
he's-
my wand, and it's getting bigger because of this idea. Let's do this.
Do you know what?
I don't need
we
these
started
spells.
this podcast to do dumb shit. Playing Dungeons and Dragons, so let's do it.
Can you imagine when I'm on the elf?
Have the elf spin, and you just
Holy shit!
like
How high
Sound of
can I
Music
jump?
style.
Like Dirty Dancing, like you lift up in the air.
At the end, you pull like a lever, and just ice shards.
Can
fall
someone
on you.
cast jump on the elf so we could just jump around as we spin?
9, give him your ring.
The time has come.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna dual wield me things.
Okay, and do you know what that means mechanically?
No.
Yes.
Yes, you do. What does it do? My
It
offhand
means that
attack
you
is.
don't get the you don't get your proficiency bonus for your offhand attack.
Yeah, correct.
which-
Okay, so that's really, really good. So the flamethrower obviously is going to be on my on-hand attack, and the wand, which
You
doesn't
don't
require a
have
check.
you do not have proficiency in
I would
flamethrowers
argue
anyway.
if anybody in this campaign has proficiency in flamethrowers, it's
To be fair, the Wand of Weasley doesn't require proficiency anyway. It doesn't make a check. It's just a It's just a roll.
It's a roll, yeah.
No, I won't have the proficiency for the flamethrower because you're going to allow me to dual wield it, so that's fair enough.
Yeah.
So right, I'm gonna barbecue some orcs.
What is it? It's just. Didn't we just determine that it was casting burning hands anyway? So it doesn't need proficiency.
I think is it just going to be it's basically just.
It was going to be
fireball.
flamethrower, the move, wasn't it?
Oh,
yes.
Which doesn't require proficiency.
Okay, cool. I get my Pokemon to use flamethrower.
Yeah.
My blue dragon Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's a Dex save. I don't need
So
proficiency.
you don't need proficiency anyway.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah. So it's a Dex save against.
Call it 15.
Yeah,
For a magic item, it would be 15.
Yeah.
Which is my spell save DC anyway. So yeah, Dex saves against a bunch of orcs. And
it's in a line. So we'll say there are 4 orcs.
There might be some skull in there, but I think the correct way of pronouncing skull is acceptable casualties.
Collateral damage.
Collateral damage.
Yes. Okay. Right. So we'll say there are 3 orcs and 1 skull in a line.
So can you give me some Dex saving rolls, whatever that is, saving throws?
Yeah.
Against my DC 15.
19.
Oh, it actually says a DC 15 on the flamethrower move.
Yeah. So that one's a 21. That one's a natural 20. And that one's a 19. And sorry, 1 more. That one fails. That's a 7. So 3 passes, 1 fail. And highs or lows?
So wait. So it's 3 passes, 1 fail. Who failed? The skull.
Highs or lows?
Highs.
Who do you want to have failed?
I want to kill an orc.
Okay, so it was the one of the orcs that failed.
So the skull and 2 orcs are going to take half damage, and then
okay,
1 takes full damage, and it's a 3d6 plus 5.
Okay.
12 plus 5, 17 in total, and then half it, which is 8.
So 8 damage.
Right round down.
To
3
of them.
And then 17 damage to one of them, to one of the orcs.
Okay, so this flamethrower jets out across these people that we've otherwise said, and 2 of the orcs go down.
Cool.
Blistering and scolding and writhing on the ground,
Yes.
as well as the skull member does the same. In fact, one of the orcs lands on top of him, and that's the killing blow. And the other orc sort of in flames, but when he falls, he sort of rolls and extinguishes his flames, and then looks straight back up at you again.
I like the idea that you see him put his arm out and then sprays the flame out of the flamethrower, and then the camera zooms on at Ibathane's eye, and you can just see a reflection of all of them burning in his eye as he smiles.
So I'm right in saying that the use of flamethrowers is against the Geneva Convention.
Different word, don't matter.
But I'm it was as you in detail described the effects of a flamethrower, I was just like, God, Ibathane commits a war crime on a daily basis.
Every day, dude.
Craig.
I got to use my Wonder Weasley.
Oh fuck. So yeah, roll a d100, and Henry's going to tell you what it means because he's the one with the table.
What'd you get?
What's the 00 mean?
That's depending on what the other thing got.
A 9.
A 9. That means 9.
Is that 6 or a 9?
You cast Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire. I've never cast that before.
Ooh.
What is that?
Fairy Fire.
Probably don't know what that is.
Basically what it does is whatever you hit it with, it looks like fire coming out of the end, but doesn't burn them, and it kind of sticks to them, and it means whoever attacks them next. Wait, no.
Double
so
flame
they all have to make. So it's a 20-foot cube.
Okay.
In the direction you're pointing at. Everyone in that cube has to make a dex save, and if they fail, they get surrounded in a blue flame that doesn't burn them, but it gives any attack against them advantage.
Ooh.
Because essentially they're blue and flamey, so it's easy to hit.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm going to try and catch some of the orcs, not at, but in the area of 9.
Oh yeah.
So I can give that basic advantage to area 9's area.
So you're just pointing this
I'm
at
pointing
9?
near 9. I don't want to catch her in it, but
you have to
once
point
she's
it
killed...
before you know what the spell's going to be.
True. Give me a highs or lows. Right, let's oh shit, I didn't call it. I saw what the number was.
Okay,
Lows.
Yeah, it's lows.
So near 9.
So near 9, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So 9, you've got advantage on your attacks when you're...
We're attacking these blue boys.
Cool.
Are they
Craig's turn.
They're kind of like
blue fire.
burning
Blue fire.
blue fire surrounding
that
them.
just on the orcs, or is that on everybody in that vicinity, including
Probably skulls
Skull?
as well.
Oh, okay, just wanted to ask.
All of them.
Just
And
wondering.
you.
And elves, but not you.
Your turn.
Cool.
Craig.
Dandy.
Throws a magic stone.
At an orc.
Frost giant.
Are you close to it? I was not envisaging you guys being close to the frost giant. Are you close to the frost giant?
I have got big plans for Craig.
Right, okay. Fine. Let's chip away at this frost giant.
I guess we are pretty close to it then.
Yeah, go. Yeah, Craig. Roll
I mean, it's
an
big,
attack
so it's
We're
again.
pretty close to it. I mean, and it's attacking Tiberius. Like,
Yeah. Roll to hit against the frost giant.
okay, what do I just do? A attack? I've never done a short range attack.
It's just
Oh,
a
I
ranged
have it
attack.
It's the same as Firebolt, right? But with different addings because it's Craig.
No, it uses your
only
spellcast.
cast spells. I
It
don't know
uses,
what I'm doing.
use your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah, but you
No, on the
you
damage. That's on damage, isn't it? But I've got to hit, right?
Yeah.
Roll plus dex.
Fuck!
What'd you get?
2.
Oh no.
Wait, with plus 2.
Okay, right. That doesn't hit. In fact, you know what? I think it's more funny if it does hit, but it just doesn't do anything.
Oh
This
Craig already had magic stones from earlier, and just threw one of them
no!
instead.
Oh
The ones
god!
I do spell. Is it just like everyone in the room goes quiet and looks at him and is like, what the fuck, dude?
No, you can hear the pebble like fall off to the ground. It's just like, oh shit.
There's a guy on fire who's just like, that's embarrassing.
rather me than rather him than me. Right. Okay. Gonna bring it to some orcs who are going to attack Epithane and Craig.
No, fuck off!
Orcs,
Get
orcs,
fucked.
orcs, orcs, orcs.
The first one is
orcs.
going to roll lots.
Orcs,
You know, wait till I'm on an elf.
Orcs.
You just wait till I'm on it.
You
Orcs.
just
Orcs.
That's Orcswood.
Orcs.
I can't say orcs in like a Cockney accent.
Orcs.
Orcs!
Orcs.
Orcs.
That's
Knives
gonna be
and forks. Orcs.
That actually works really
Knives
well.
and forks, elves and forks.
Knives and forks. Elves and orcs. That works because knife here is a slur for elves.
Oh my god!
Works on so many levels.
That's going to be a 23 to hit Epithane.
I have an AC of 24.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
That's a large lie.
I have an AC of 14. No, I don't.
Oh, can you?
No, I don't. I have an AC of
Do
11.
they have great weapon fighting?
Rip.
No,
not wearing
don't think they don't, no.
Rip.
Can you take a massive 3 damage?
Oh, dang.
What's
Wait,
your
I
max?
take 3 damage.
No, sorry, 4 damage.
Felt that in your bones.
I'm down. No, I'm joking. No,
Just straight away.
I'm okay.
And then another orc is going to go at Craig
Okay.
and is going to roll a
Everyone always has a go.
non-natural 20.
What?
A
A
non-natural 20.
non-natural 20. Craig's immune to non-natural 20s.
All right.
If you're not good enough to do it properly, you don't get to hit him.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Can Craig please take 10 damage?
Yeah, I'll note that down. I've got his health here.
I think that's a decent amount of his health.
How much is it?
I think he's only got 16 health points.
I'm not gonna
Control
lie.
yourself.
I'm not gonna lie, I have the number 14 written down here.
Okay.
What did you say?
10.
And what did you say his health was?
16.
Good, I'm just gonna change it to 16. And 6. Cool. Fuck. I need to protect Craig. Can someone protect Craig?
Cool.
Stop looking at me.
That is Uma's turn.
My turn.
Uma!
My turn. Where the
You're-
fuck is Google?
Your rage is still active from.
Oh yeah, where the fuck is Google? Gonna gonna take down Google.
Search and
So
find.
at this
Can I
time
see-
that
Buying stocks in Apple.
there's you know that way when like there's everything goes into slow motion and there's just like chaos going around, people going flying and axes and
Imagining it
scimitars,
like-
and then you lock eyes across the battlefield with Google who's just
I'm
standing
imagining
still.
a scene very much like Battle of the Bastards, where there's like people like crashing in front of us together,
Yeah.
and then I'm just like, yeah.
And you just walk towards each other. No one's trying to attack you. You're just walking straight for each other, and
That's
you
good.
get to within like 5 feet of each other. What do you want to do?
look him in the face, and I go to say something, but as I'm about to say something, I hit him, so I like catch him off guard.
Oh, that's clever.
He was about to say something clever, and he was like, "Well, what do you?"
Pretty much. That's not a D20. This is. That'll be a number that's 25 to hit on the first attack.
Cool. Are you attacking recklessly?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And my second attack is another 25. That's two 25s.
Okay.
That's a lot of damage in the world.
That's number one.
That's number one. And that is 21 points of slashing damage.
Overall?
Overall, yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, cool.
Jeepers.
I'm gonna
Jeepers
draw.
creepers.
I'm gonna draw Google in 8-bit,
Mm.
and then he'll be the Google Pixel.
That's a
Google joke.
joke.
Yep, fair enough.
Mm. That right there, people. That's a joke.
I've got some more. Come back to me.
Was that you? Were you?
You may have heard of them.
I know. I just asked you if you're attacking recklessly. Is that
I was, so
You were.
he does get advantage back against me.
okay?
Okay.
Cool. Well, he is now going to attack back against you.
He'll try.
So what do you say? What do you do in that?
You have advantage.
But explain
Oh,
that scene.
Cool. We like walk up to each other and we're about to say something like honorable duel, but that's just not Umar's style. So as he's about to like be like, I will fight you, blah 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 blah. Umar's just like got his axe in his hand and just like goes to probably. He's holding it like backwards, so it looks kind of casual. And he brings it up backwards, spins it around, and brings it down again, and like
Ooh,
embeds
that's
it
nice.
into his shoulder.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah, da sells Avon.
Yeah, pretty much. And then just as it's like embedded in his shoulder, he has to like yank it out, which kind of puts him off foot, which is why he gets advantage back against me.
Ah, okay. Yep, and then he brings
There you go.
his axe way above his head to bring it down on you, and does a 23 hit.
It would.
Okay, cool. And then after this attack, he then swings it back around and then goes deep into or attempts to go deep into your calf. Does a 25 hit. Yeah.
You took a baby
No.
cow into battle.
It happens. It's my mascot. You
Can
never know when you're going to get hungry.
You can't hear her, but Robin is dying of laughter. She's just gone silent.
Can you please
Kai.
Moo moo,
Kai.
motherfucker.
Kai.
Can you-
Veal.
Kai.
can
Poor
you
Kai.
Kai.
Cow.
That poor Kai.
can you please take
You don't sound like that, to be fair.
Kai.
can you please take 18 points of damage?
I think you're fine. I'll take 9. Get wrecked.
Oh, you've got that. What do you have that
I
does?
take half damage because I'm raging. Half damage from slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing damage.
Also, the calf took most of it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we can all have a nice steak after it's all over.
That's going to bring us to Farah.
Fucking hell.
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Every time.
Farah, who's sort of staying quite
Is her
near
last
the
name Nuff?
no, staying quite near the back of the battlefield, protected by some of her underlings, and she brings her longbow and pulls it back and tries to take a shot at one of the orcs. Rolled a 2.
She gets
Um,
Craig.
So it just goes.
She gets the stone that Craig threw.
And it just goes whizzing straight past her. And then some of the infantry around her go into combat with some of the orcs. And
Nice.
I'm just going to do yes, and her infantry managed to take down one of the orcs in that
Nice.
encounter. I think I'm just gonna run some of those as a sort of highs or lows
Yeah.
thing rather than doing
Makes sense.
this one did this much damage to this one. 9.
Yeah! So, Ibathane, the one and only, my boy, I can't really think of any more
Bro.
My lover.
affection to say about
My
him.
friend.
Thanks, dude.
So, how far are the people who have turned into blue flames, but not turned into blue flames, but have blue flames on them?
Right next
they're
to you.
right beside you.
Right next
Or
to
like
Okay, I
10
would
feet
like
away.
to hit them in the face with a
Okay.
sword.
That's a good move.
That, classic
Classic
classic move. Let's see. Let's roll on my 2. That's 2 21s.
Yep, those
My
will
2
both
attacks. And I would like to expel 1 divine smite on each hit as well, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. I hope
So-
you know what that means.
Do you want me to just roll it as like total damage that I do for
Yep,
both my
yep.
attacks? Aye.
Yep, please.
Right. 2. Okay, so for both my attacks, that is 42 damage overall.
42 damage.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What?
Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
How many
You
attacks
did-
did you do?
2.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Paladins,
Nice
man.
spells.
Well, we'd been playing if you had massive excesses of damage, then in the previous one, then even if you're attacking 2 building, you can carry some of that damage over. So we'll say with that amount, you can take out 3 of the orcs. Alrighty.
That's
Well
pretty sweet.
done.
Can I say as she finishes her swing,
Oh,
it puts her
Jesus.
it puts her looking directly over Uma, who's mid fight, and winks at her.
Ooh, okay. Is this a... Did I miss
This-
a
this-
sex thing?
A sex joke, an innuendo. No, this has been a thing.
been a
Not
thing.
Remember
Ooh.
recording when
I've been
Uma
very
has been-
subtle about it.
Can I
I've
like
been very drunk. And I'm not that drunk yet.
can I sort of like half
Okay.
look behind me, like is there someone behind me, or is it genuinely
If
looking
you-
at
if you
me?
look back, I'm
Your
now-
eyes burning the
If
back
you
of your
look
head.
back, you're now like, I'm just now in the fight. But yeah,
Just
You're just like,
looking,
did that happen?
I was looking on my shoulder, like, is there someone behind? Is that me? Is that? Oh God!
I feel something horrible.
I don't like this.
Like a
Um,
1,000 voices cried out and were suddenly silenced.
9 does an 18 hit you?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Get
Fuck
fucked.
off.
Two orcs attempt to
That
slice
would've
you
hit.
down, but both miss. And you're just nimble as fuck. You
They tried to
dodge around
take
them.
advantage of my surprised state, but I was like, pew pew, motherfucker. I've got my shield.
Which is going to bring it to Narissa's go.
Genuinely thought you were going to say Naruto.
Naruto!
He runs towards the frost giant.
It's going to bring it to Naruto's go.
So Narissa takes her longbow, similar to the way that Feyre did, and fires it off into a crowd of orcs, but it just sort of clatters against the wall behind. Then Dorian takes his quarterstaff.
Forgets where he is.
Dorian Greyjoy. Dorian takes his quarterstaff and brings it down on a nearby orc, getting a natural 20.
Hey.
And takes him out in one, just with a fucking stick, apparently.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So Dorian, remind me, is the guy with the scar for a face?
Yes.
Cool.
Scarface.
Yes,
Kian,
it's scar for a face.
Kian is sort of sneaking around, keeping quite low around
Mhm.
sort of the ankles of orcs, and then just stabs up into the buttock of one of these orcs, or attempts to anyway.
Ooh la la.
Gets a 2, so actually doesn't
Gets
do
him
any-
straight in a back passage.
Yeah,
and
he
goes-
goes straight in the back passage, and actually doesn't, because it's straight. It goes straight up, it doesn't actually do any
Right
damage.
up
It
Main
just comes
Street.
straight back,
Jesus.
but doesn't do any damage.
That's great.
Mm.
Oh.
Any damage?
It's cool.
This guy's a sword swallower.
That's gonna bring it to some orcs surrounding those 3, and they're gonna try and fucking take them down. One of them is 118, so that's gonna do some damage.
These are the ones we
that's
don't
2.
like the rest and stuff anyway, so saves us some hassle,
So
I guess.
Kian and Dorian both take some damage as great axes are swung at them, and that's going to bring it to the final people in the initiative order, the police.
And they get out their guitars and start playing.
Yep.
Sting was a member of the police, right?
He was.
I'm not good at music. The only reason I know who they are is because they started making pop figures.
Oh really?
Oh.
Ah. So
I looked for Biffy Clyro for your con, but I couldn't get it.
no, they don't exist. So
Biffy
one of
Clyro don't exist.
so of the 3 police that
It's
were
a
sort of
conspiracy.
Of the 3 police that we're sort of concentrating on here, 2 of them hit and 1 of them miss with their Star Wars blasters.
Oh, nice. Can we give them names?
Yep.
Mickey, Michael,
No.
and Mitchell.
No. Can we give them Hot Fuzz names?
Oh,
Sergeant Angel.
yeah.
Sergeant
Shit,
Angel.
No, we can't do that because if we do that, we've got to keep them alive.
Which we won't.
Okay, Sergeant Angel.
Sergeant Angel.
What's his name?
Butterman? Nick
Sorry.
Butterman?
Yes, Nick
Nick-
Butterman.
Nick-
I'm so
Nick-
proud of you.
Nick, is it not?
Can we have 2 more police
Danny
officers?
Butterman.
Danny.
Danny Butterman.
Danny.
Is there a
Danny
Nick?
Butterman.
Nick Frost. That's who
Yeah.
plays
Oh, that's
him.
what I'm thinking. Nick Frost.
Doris.
Doris. Can we have the
A
Andes?
policeman woman. And the Andes.
And the Andes, you know why they're called the Andes? Because talking to them's a fucking uphill struggle, isn't it, Dad?
No, we can't have these people die. It's going to be really sad.
We've got to keep them alive.
No, they
And
will
then
die.
We've got the guy with the dog, the guy with the cow, the guy with the calf, who just can't talk.
Very left.
Talking to the guy with the shotgun.
See, I don't like the Cornetto trilogy as much as these guys. So I'm very
What are
left
you
out.
talking about?
You just haven't seen it enough. That's
It's,
the
it's
problem.
all right. I've seen it like twice. I don't need to.
Okay, so
You
we've got,
haven't watched
we've
it
got-
enough.
we've got Angel, Butterman,
Doris.
Doris, and the Andes. So we've got 5.
and the guy who
And you
can't
want
talk.
you want him as well.
Yeah, but we'll just sort of what I'll do like.
Oh, no, but
2
he'll
or
have a
3 of them
dog.
each round.
I don't want the dog to die.
No, but there's the calf, the cow.
Yeah,
She's
Uma
got a
stole it.
cow-
He's got a cow.
rather than
That's
a
where the
This
calf
is
came
where the
from.
calf came from.
Oh,
on.
Jesus!
And also, can we? So Doris, right?
Well,
She
just
go
went-
for one of the female orcs. I love a bit of girl on action.
I like to imagine Uma just went. Never seen one of them before. I'm taking that.
And the Andes obviously are 2 blokes with a fat load of cutlery. Oh god, this is gonna be the rest
One
of
of
the fucking episode.
one of the Danny Butterman turns to the Nicholas Angel and is like, "Oh, this is great, proper action and shit." And then,
Fire
but
the guns.
unfortunately,
That's why they've been missing, because they've been firing the blasters
Yeah,
in the air the whole time.
one of them missed. So unfortunately, Danny misses and just like falls over and fires his blaster up in the air and
Shit.
goes, "Ah!"
And we turn around and one of the orcs is stabbing Angel in the hand.
Oh god, yeah.
Shit.
That'll do for that round.
That'll do.
I think that they're
Nasty way to go.
we're just gonna have those as banter. We're not actually gonna roll dice for them.
They're just there causing comedy.
We can't risk their lives.
Frost Giant time. Hello and welcome to the middle bit. This is going to be a really short middle bit today because this is a really long episode. Cat out the bag a bit. This is the episode that we had to re-record because we lost the previous version when James's laptop was stolen by those fucking wankers. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun to re-record, and actually we think this one is better than the one we originally recorded. So it's all, all's well that ends well. But, yeah, because this is such a long episode, I'm going to keep this really brief. So yeah, we have Somies. Go and like us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. It's all at Let's Try Roleplay. Drop us a wee email at letstryroleplay@gmail.com. Go to our Redbubble store, buy some of our shit. James does lots of cool drawings. Buy t-shirts with those drawings on them, or bed sheets if you want a little bit of Let's Try Roleplay in your sex life. Tiny Changes. Henry told me to tell Tiny Change something about on the subway, and he helped an elderly lady carry bags up the stairs. I can't remember whether I did anything of worth this week at all, so no tiny changes from me, but also go and donate your bone marrow to people who have shit bone marrow, because that saves their life, and that's good. Social Bite is great. Homelessness is bad. Go and sleep in a park for the big sleep out. Raise money for homelessness. That's good. Do I have anything else to say? Enjoy the rest of the episode. Things are really hotting up in the crossover campaign. This is some good shit, and there's a big plot twist at the end of the episode, so enjoy that. Goodbye. Henry loves you. So the Frost Giant's going to try and make another attack on Tiberius, and it's going to hit with that one, and we'll miss with the second. So
Lol.
okay, cool. That's going to do some more damage to the Tyrant. The Frost Giant brings his axe. Sorry, not the Tyrant. Tiberius. Takes his axe and sort of swipes it around at the limp head of Tiberius. But because he missed the second one, highs or lows? Lows. He takes out one of his own orcs in the process.
Nice.
I'm doing that.
Nice. Shame.
Shame. That's gonna bring it to Tiberius.
I'm off the fucking chain.
Ooh.
So happy.
Which uses hyper beam on the
shit.
frost giant. Builds up a massive, loads of energy inside its maw and just fires it towards the chest of this frost giant, who takes a considerable amount of damage.
Nice. David.
Nice.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
It's just off the cuff. Let's go. Keep going. Just don't talk about it. Oh, hello. Okay. Right. Elf.
Is this elf plan coming to fruition?
Okay. Right. Well, I've done Craig. I've handled my Craig stuff.
Nice
I've given
done,
him
Craig.
things. In the back passage. I'm gonna get on an elf. They're still following my orders, right?
They are. Can you?
I'm
please,
General Iberthane.
Can you please make a
Gibberthane.
persuasion check?
Can I make an intimidation check?
Yes.
You! I bend down!
Bend over!
You, bend over! I'm getting on you. I'm about to mount you. Jesus. I
was going to say that you should do it with advantage because he's actually, at the moment of being, he's under your command.
Secretly, it's what he's always wanted to.
I actually genuinely just rolled a natural 20.
He just looks at you
Which
and
is technically a 27.
he turns around and goes, "Fantastic idea, you'll have the high ground," and kneels down, allowing you to climb onto his shoulder.
In the distance, Umar gives a good, nodding, a slow nod, yes.
Yes, I see what you're
Let
doing.
the
I
power.
rise up amongst the battle, and then I dual wield my flamethrower and my wand of Weasley.
Go for it.
Let the power of the high ground flow through you.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I cut off 2 of his legs and 1 of his arms. Right?
With a flamethrower.
With lava.
Of your
Then I
elf?
light him on fire, obviously. Yeah, cool. And then when he comes back covered in black leather, we'll just assume he was part of the orcs she. Okay, so I'm aiming at some orcs with
Yep.
my flamethrower, and I need them to make some dex throws.
Cool.
So I assume, are we going to go for another 4? 4 in a line?
Let's go for another 4.
Probably. Well, can we roll for number of skulls with a d4 of how many of them are skulls?
Only one again.
One of them again. Okay.
Oh, one fails, 2 failed, 1 gets a natural 1. All 4 fail the check.
Hey.
Sweet. Okay, so if I remember correctly, it's 3d6 plus something.
Turn down for what?
Plus 5. 15 damage to each of them.
To each of them. Cool, you take out all of them.
Oh, sicky!
Fantastic.
Dang.
Again, flamey boys. How many was that? 4.
That was 4.
Awesome.
Myself. Right, and then
We're starting to make a dent in these orcs.
yeah, so I'm just like fucking spray along a line in front of me,
Yeah,
moving it rather than in one line. I just
Yeah, cool.
yeah.
And now we're going to go for the Wanda Weasley.
And then I'm going to go for the Wanda Weasley. Do you want me to say where I point it before I roll
Yes,
for it?
please.
Okay, because that's fairer.
Don't point it at Farah.
It's polymorph and she turns into...
genuinely feel like I should. Okay, I'm going to point
I
it...
say do it.
I say point it at Craig.
No.
No, because I can kill it. I'm just going to point... I'm going to point at a general of orcs
Yep.
near Uma.
Okay, cool.
I can see that because now I'm up here.
You can see clearly now.
I can see clearly now I'm on an elf. Get off me. I'm gonna aim because I can see he's engaged with Google.
Yeah.
I want to stop some of the other orcs from maybe getting at him. So maybe a couple of orcs in from the rows that are near him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna aim at sort of them. So I'm definitely not gonna hit him.
Okay, cool.
But I'm just gonna see what happens around that area. And that's a 58 for me.
58. You cast darkness.
Ooh.
So a 20-foot sphere of darkness appears around them. None of them can see.
a good one.
You also can't see in.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. So there's some mystery orcs. Now we've got a mystery box.
Can they come out of the box, or are they like?
they can come.
Yeah, it can come out. It's just like a sphere of darkness.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
lot of battling going on around them, though, so it's difficult to move.
You can cast. 9 can cast.
Yeah, yeah,
darkness.
yeah. No, I've never.
We should just throw shit in there.
That's gonna be Craig.
So
Craig is scared of the dark.
Okay.
So he runs away from the sphere.
He's scared of everything. No, so Craig, he's just gonna. The stone's not working for him. So I guess he's gonna knife an orc. He's got a knife.
Stab,
He
stab,
does, he's got a
stab,
dagger.
stab, stab,
I
stab.
think an orc like goes for the elf that Ibathane's on, and he's just like no, and he's like ah!
One of the orcs that was the flaming orc that Ibathane half torched is actually
from
quite,
the first round?
Yeah,
Oh,
quite
okay,
near,
cool.
so if you go for him, that might be good.
Sweet. Okay, so he's gonna make an attack. It's a 16 plus something, but is that that's gonna hit anyway?
That's
isn't
gonna
it?
hit. Yep.
Sweet. Okay, cool. I can't remember what his stats are. What's a knife do?
It's a
1d4.
D4 plus whatever.
Why does he have this? Right. Could give him a better weapon, but I won't. Need to keep him in his place. So he's going to do 5 damage.
Okay, cool. That's
Oh.
enough to take that orc out. Cool.
That wasn't good enough, do it, Henry.
That's so much
You
better.
gotta get high and just warble a bit.
Cool.
That's better. You just do it better than me.
That's
I'm
gonna take
the OG. What can I say?
OG Craig. OG Craig.
Um,
Do you reckon one day we'll be like famous enough that we can just stand in the middle of a Comic Con and go,
And someone will be like, Craig!
My
God,
dude.
I part of me hopes so, and part of me
like
really hopes
at
that never
At
happens.
festivals where people shout, Alan! And
Yeah.
it just spreads.
so, an orc, while Craig is going to fucking town on this flaming orc, another orc runs up and tries to hit Craig.
Hell yes.
But
No, wait, no, that's bad.
But Craig just manages to like flop out of the way just in time, and then
Quite floppy, my Craig.
and then another orc takes fire at the elf underneath Ibathane and hits and
Top of my
does
elf.
some damage on that
to,
elf.
to that elf.
Yeah.
Ooh, so I'm a precarious elf.
Yes, exactly. Okay, that's gonna bring it to Uma.
That's me. Gonna keep on hitting. Google. I'm feeling lucky.
Big old ball of darkness.
First attack. I'm also recklessing.
Yep.
Can I get a high
Will
attack?
be a
It'll be.
natural 20.
Yahoo!
Yeah. That doesn't hit.
Nice one, Robin.
Shit.
I appreciate
Thank
that. That
you.
good joke. Yahoo.
No.
Good
Yeah,
one.
Bing!
as-
Natural 20.
sit
That's
down.
29 points of slashing damage.
29. And
Potentially. Oh, shit. Crit cards. Forgot about them.
double damage, 1 charisma drain, -4 penalty on perception checks. And
Shit.
What do I do? What's the...
Missing ear.
Cut his ear off.
Yeah.
Oh!
29 doubled.
Oh, 20... That's already doubled. Yeah.
Oh, it's already.
Yeah.
It's
I
already
forgot
done.
we use crit cards.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
29.
Weird,
damage.
because they're mine. So, how's he doing?
Still there.
Well, funny
He's
enough.
got- He's missing an ear.
Got
That's
another
how
hit
he's
to
doing.
do.
Ah!
So,
Shit, can confirm.
as my witness,
Natural
another
one.
nat 20.
Who was your witness there?
You, because
I
you
thought you,
saw
said, I
it.
thought you said hot as my witness.
Yeah, it's James.
Okay. Double damage and target is pushed 1d6 squares directly away.
So that's 1d6. That's, well, squares is 5 feet.
He's just
Cool.
Is it into
cool.
the darkness?
Just in the thing.
26 points of slashing damage.
He gets pushed into the darkness. A burst of blood
Yeah,
comes
can I
out
push
and
him
he's
into the
just
darkness?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, push him into the darkness, and it's now his go. He's now going to charge back out of the darkness towards you.
Fair enough. That's fine.
And make. I can't be arsed using a special move. He's going to.
Oh, wait, I forgot to say, as I push him back, can I say, like, I swipe, and then kick him in the chest, like, Sparta's back, And I kind of like cheer, like with my axe above my head, like.
I understand what you mean. Yes, cool.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
It does. So 20 also hits you then.
No.
Cool. Oh, that's
Number one.
odd.
Number one.
That is going to be.
Time to rotate the board.
Is that
It's
another
a Number
Wang
Wang reference,
Yeah.
I don't
Number
know.
Wang was from a show called The Mitchell and Webb Look, where they just had this show that made no sense. You said numbers out loud, and they were like, "That's Number Wang," and no one knew what the rules.
It was like a fake game show, and then they did a whole thing of like, we're releasing the official Number Wang rules in only it's something like that. In only 37 volumes. Start collecting today, and it's like a book of encyclopedias for the rules of this fake game
It's
show.
really, really fun.
It's really good. We'll show you it after.
Can Uma please take 21 damage?
Is that halved?
Yikes.
Why?
Because raging.
Yes.
Which would make it 10.
Which will make it 10.
Hey.
That's a really good fucking thing to have, right?
Yeah.
Barbarians are useful.
Okay, cool. Farah's go. Farah is going to get a natural 20.
Fair enough.
On taking out after her missing that last time, she focuses really hard and fires her longbow off towards orcs and manages to. This arrow goes through the skull of one orc
Fair
and
enough.
fires and like impales into the back of another one behind it, taking out 2 orcs.
On yourself, Farah.
And it's gonna bring to 9.
Cool. Are the people beside me still blue, or has that been dispelled since?
I think they'd still be blue.
They still be blue. Is there many of
It's
them?
not for
Are,
1d6 rounds, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so they're still blue.
Like
Is there?
So they're for 5 rounds. Cool.
So there's how many of them are still blue?
Dabba dee dabba die. Another 4. Let's see.
Cool. Let's slash him, crash him,
Slash and burn.
crash him, bash him. Hoot nanny. 20. So yeah, there was a 9 that'll miss, and then a 23.
Yep, the 23 will hit. Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
And did you? Was you rolling with advantage? With or first, did you roll for
Oh
advantage?
shit! I didn't do that for.
Roll it!
Oh,
Hey.
dun 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 dun. So can I re-roll both and then just take the higher number for?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, whatever.
Ooh, interesting. What's that? 6 or a 9?
Classic.
Every
LTR
time.
memes.
Every time.
Like that's a 6. So that's probably a 12 and then a 16. So yeah, so 23 originally, and then roll that. 10 damage. No. Yes.
To 1 orc.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. You take said orc down. How do you do it?
Well, see the blue flames, right? What do they look like? Are they sort of in a specific
So a
areas?
flame? It's blue.
But are they like lying on certain like
it's
planes?
basically whatever angle you're looking at them, it's like an outline essentially. So it's like whichever direction, it's like they're almost like surrounded by a 2D thing of flame.
Okay.
But it's no matter what. So as they move, it moves with them. A bit like cell shading in Borderlands.
Okay. I'd like to chop his head off, please.
Okay, you do that, and it goes flying, and just
Can it fly towards like Google? Can it hit Google? Can the head hit Google? I can't want the head to hit Google.
as you this head goes flying past, and another orc who's running up towards you bats this head out of its way with its arm, and then strikes you down. Does a 20 hit you?
I mean, my
Natural.
AC is a 20.
So it
So
does
it
hit
does.
you then, and that does 5 damage to you. That's gonna bring to Narissa, who gets a natural 20.
There's been a lot of nat 20s
There
this round.
has. Narissa takes her longbow and fires it straight off towards a crowd of orcs, and manages to pierce one in the stomach, who then falls back on top of another one that's been sort of slightly injured, and takes out that one as well. There we go.
Okay.
And then Dorian's going to use his quarterstaff and get a not natural 20. He's going to... Yeah, he's going to do some damage to one of the orcs with his quarterstaff. Clobber one across the jaw. Not looking too good.
No.
And then Kian, who's next to him, is then going to try and attack that same orc.
You're going to try and attack that?
Yeah, and get
Does he successfully do it this time?
Yeah, he does, with a non-natural 20 again. Going for that tried and tested method of up the butthole once more, and takes that orc out.
To the hilt.
To the back passage.
Now, his orc pal looks at him and is like, oh no, it was my pal! And tries to take a great axe down on Kian.
Good.
And gets a 6. So actually
I
brings the great axe down on his pal's dead corpse.
Is that your Cockney accent?
I don't know how to react to that.
No, it's not really it's never been a Cockney accent. It's just kind of
shit.
Whatever that is.
Whatever you do.
I don't know what to do.
Oh no, buddy.
Yeah. So,
Knives in forks, orcs.
So that's going to bring it round to the police's go.
I love the police.
I'm going to roll a...
It's the sound of the police.
one of the orcs nearby takes its great axe and runs up to one of the police. I don't know which one, but it's going to die.
Unnamed one.
Do you want...
Leslie Tiller.
Leslie Tiller, the police woman, policeman,
murdered.
woman officer, was fucking murdered by this orc.
I'm so proud of myself.
That's going to bring us to the Frost Giant. Who is going to take 2 swipes at Tiberius, both missing. And since I did it last time, it's highs or lows. It's a natural 20 again, but it's highs or lows, meaning that it does not hit one of the nearby orcs.
So that was Tiberius doing that?
No, the Frost Giant.
So the Frost Giant... Oh, okay, so it
The
failed.
Frost Giant failed, yeah.
But it didn't hit any of its own people.
Yeah, exactly. Tiberius is going to try and launch another hyper beam at
sweet.
the thing, mate.
Shit, this motherfucker can just beam away.
You can.
And
2 heads. So
that
one
will
head
hit.
does it and rests, and then the other head does it and rests. But there's only one
head's
head. Yeah, but it just focuses into one. Like if you lose one sense, your other senses get powerfuler. So if you lose one head, the other head gets powerful.
He's also a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll allow it.
And that hyper beam goes firing off and hits the Frost Giant in the chest, and the Frost Giant tries to dig its heels into the ground as to not be moved, but it's pushed back a few feet.
Ooh, okay.
And that's going to bring it to Ibethane.
Hello. Right, okay, step 1.
Right.
How do I dispel something?
You can just stop having it up, basically.
Okay, because I want to dispel the darkness because I want to see what's going on in there.
Okay.
Are they kissing?
I like to imagine that the darkness disappears and everyone that was in the's gone.
There's just no
Not
one
there
there.
anymore.
No, the darkness disappears and there's 3 members of Skull sitting in there cowering.
Drenched, like you know how you said like Kyle was covered in blood. These guys are truly drenched in blood. Like there's a layer, like a few a few millimeters thick, covering every surface of the body, and they're like, we just kept flailing.
God, those poor guys. So I firebolt them. No.
Each individually in the back
So
of
I
their
wanted
head.
I'm going to dispel the darkness because I honestly think that's just going to impede us. And
Yeah,
I want to know what's going on. But so we've killed some more orcs in there. Then some skull people have killed some orcs in there.
Yep.
So we got some damage in there. Sweet, cool. That's been helpful then. And then I'm gonna Wand of Weasley something else.
Okay. Yep. Where are you aiming this time?
I think.
At your own feet. Just do it.
No.
I think at Craig's face. It's like, Craig, don't ask. Okay, so you're using the Wand of Weasley?
Yes.
Yeah, roll for
Do
it.
it. Who are you pointing it at? Yourself. Do it.
No,
Do it.
because I'm gonna.
No, just do it.
Some of them are good.
Look, some of them really cool.
I know enlarge and disenlarge. Disenlarge is in there.
Enlarge
And
reduce.
fucking crush the elf beneath you, or just turn into
Oh, it's
Ant-Man.
so tempting. I could reduce. That's the other one, not disenlarge.
Yeah.
I
Disenlarge.
could.
Just, you know what? If you do it, I'll give you, in character, a crisp high 5.
If he survives it,
He will.
just high five
Bet you.
his hand.
High
flying through the
5 is
air.
all I need.
Yep.
98.
Give me a sec.
So you're pointing it at yourself.
Yeah.
No. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The target's skin turns bright blue for 1d10
You
days.
motherfucker.
Wait, you become a Smurf.
You motherfucker. I'm already blue.
You just get a bit of an extra shine.
I'm already blue.
Bright blue.
You just get a little bit shinier.
I point my flamethrower
He's
at
got a
Uma.
tan.
Flamethrower at Uma.
Each roll a
Who'd you put your
d10.
flamethrower at?
I just flamethrower some of them fucking orcs in
Okay,
front of me.
we'll say this 4 again.
And I'm blue whilst I do it. I'm blue.
Wait, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
You just turn blue.
There's one that's like
This motherfucker turned blue.
wherever you've been pointing at it, a 60-foot circle of very lush grass grows.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Yeah, it's quite pleasant.
That would have been really awkward if I'd been pointing it at my own face.
No, it's like the ground, just 60 foot around you just becomes lush grass.
Oh, I just become grass.
Yeah.
So with this your flamethrower attack, all of the orcs fail.
Oh,
Ooh.
sweet. How many orcs did I get? How many skull were there in there?
Again, only one.
Only one. Sweet. Okay. I was hoping for more. Sweet. Okay, so I got my d6. 14 damage this time to each of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
It's a lot of
clocking these
damage.
off. Everyone that you hit dies.
Hey, good.
Aww. Family
Guys,
friendly.
Poor
we're getting
skulls.
through. We are getting through these orcs.
I'm skull.
They are doing because there's a lot going on in the background as well. And I've been
God,
tallying
James.
up some to.
What?
That's such an oh no. No, I don't know. I don't even know if the mics picked it up, but you said like you're getting through. It's like James just goes like so many skulls dying. I'm skull fucking.
Skull fucking. I was hoping no one would have heard
Moving
that.
on.
So bad.
Craig.
Robin's face looked genuinely like she's gonna throw up.
That's...
Craig, turn.
I may
Craig,
have said
fight.
it, but he said it again.
He emphasised it.
Craig be doing stabs.
Stab.
I really want him to throw magic stone point blank at a guy's face.
Okay, cool.
Just like,
like barely even lets it fly. Basically, has it in his palm and slaps the guy.
does that give him
one
advantage?
One of the orcs is running straight at Craig and he panics. Yeah.
Does normal hit, or do I have to take disadvantage because he's close, or do
Just
I have to
normal hit.
Okay. I think does a 7 hit?
No, it doesn't.
So does he just throw a pebble at him?
He throws this pebble and it goes off right in front of his face, but we'll say...
Oh, I like to think that the orc is running straight at him. He
Yeah.
throws a pebble at him and it bounces off his chest and does nothing like with the ice giant.
Joe
And then
Nance having instead.
just
Okay.
looks at him and the guy's like, what the fuck?
And then that
Just
orc...
stops. Like, why do you keep doing this?
Almost
that-
like he's not even worth attacking.
Then that orc stares Craig up and down, looking very injured, and tries to bring his axe down.
Craig turns into a dragon.
And it misses. Thank fuck. Cool, Uma's turn.
This.
He's
fuck
looking,
me.
he's looking
This,
sore.
just look, swing my axe. Got 27 to hit him in the throat,
In the throat this
Yeah.
time.
specifically. And that's going to be 15 points of damage to his
Robin-
throat.
Me and Robert just looked at each other and went,
That's a good spot.
15 points of throat damage.
He collapses down to the ground on one knee and starts coughing up blood
Oh.
and looks up at you and spits it in your face.
I overheaded. I like kind of step around him and overheaded, decapitate him if I can.
Okay.
feeling lucky.
I hope you missed.
That's 28.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Did
That's
everyone
going to
miss
be
my feeling lucky joke?
I got it.
16 points of decapitation damage.
Yeah, that's sufficient decapitation.
Oh, Google's
Decapitation
gone.
damage. Google gone.
Yeah, you slice his head off and it goes flying across the room. And
Now
then
that's
just
an image.
Spurts of blood are pouring out of the.
Can I say, like, the spurts of blood are going up behind me, and I turn around and I look directly at 9, as like the spurts of blood going directly upwards are like fireworks behind me, and she's not paying attention, so I get really pissed off and I like hold my axe up in the air and just scream, "Who's next?"
you might live to regret that.
Why?
Why?
No, it might just everyone's going. Oh, he's there.
No, I look at I scream, "Who's
You
next?"
whisper it.
Another orc
I go like-
pushes another orc forward and goes him.
I go like, "Who's next?" And then I just kind of in my brain just go, "Hopefully not the giant."
Not you.
That guy.
This doesn't apply to you.
Feyre
No.
gets a 2 and fires another arrow off aimlessly.
I mean, fair enough. Not all of her rolls can be successful.
Yeah.
Shame.
Sure. And then an orc comes towards her and tries to slice her down, but also misses.
Yo.
And it's going to be Nine's turn.
Oh la la. Blue people still at me?
There are another 2 blue people.
Okay.
What a sentence. Blue people still at me? Blue people still at me?
How the blue man group doing?
How the blue people still me do?
I can't think of an easier way to say it.
I'm blue, da ba dee da
Yeah,
ba
okay.
da.
I'd just like to attack him, please.
Hey James.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is...
Blue people still at me?
I didn't say it like that! That's a 22 and a
And blue
10.
people said that.
The blue people still at me?
What, we need to make a t-shirt.
So that was... I just forgot what the roll
It
was.
says
It was
blue
22
people still
and
at me?
10.
Question
So that-
mark.
So that's now... So 22 and a 16? Is that
Both hit.
Both hit! Yeah, but do...
Da ba dee da ba da.
Oh, fuck
Wait, so you killed one of them?
Motherfuckers.
So good. Get him.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Wait, are you doing one-handed attacking? You get shield out.
Got my shield out. Oh, fuck. 12 damage
12.
to the orc's neck / skull / arm / weak spots. Please.
Yeah. Well, you do take that orc out.
Okay.
How do you do it?
I just cut his head off.
Yeah.
So there
It's
were
There's been a lot of decapitation.
It's
So that-
effective. I know I don't have to go back and like double tap it. I'm just like head off. Right, okay, he's done. Moving
So
on.
there
Head
were
off. 2
orcs that were blue at her. So what you're telling me is there no more blue people at her?
Well,
Fuck.
she's only
The
killed
blue-
one
the-
of them, so still 1 blue people at
What
her.
blue people? What, the blue person?
One blue person's at
I
her.
didn't say it like that, did I?
Pretty much. I mean, it's gotten more like a blue, but it was a bit like that.
So we are seriously dwindling in our number of orcs now.
Good.
And we've got a run of NPCs, so allow me to do some rolling. So nurses go.
Nurses?
The nurses run in and go, "We shall heal you backwards, bitches!" Slap me around the face with a plaster so fucking hard.
Narissa aims from the other
Narissa.
side of the room towards
The blue people?
that last blue person.
The blue people.
Oh, the blue person.
Blue people are her.
She gets advantage.
She does.
She does.
She
But
does.
she hit anyway, but she didn't get a crit. So, but she still hits. She fires that off towards the blue person,
Blue people.
and
The blue people.
it just hits him square in the chest and it falls to the ground. And she goes, "No more blue persons! and then,
Not in my house.
no blue persons in my house." And that's gonna bring it to
It's the
Dory.
blue person madness.
That's where he's gone.
Dorian is gonna head towards one of the final orcs and bring out his quarterstaff and clog. This guy's already been damaged a little bit and clobbers him across the back of the head, and then he just falls down unconscious on the ground. Kian, we've got a roll of hits. That's going to be a natural 20 from Kian. Kian's going to use his rapier and is going to stab into another orc. Final turns of this round. There are but 2 or 3 more orcs left, and it is but the police the policeman left.
The polis.
So the members of Sandford Police Force, service force implies that it's too aggressive. So
Forgot that one.
so these guys are gonna try and take. It's just so distracting. You taking pictures of my DM setup.
I just like to know what's going on back here.
So the members of the Standard Police Force are all going to line up in a line and aim at these group of orcs coming towards them.
Oh no.
And they're going to simultaneously, one misses, another one misses, One hits.
Okay.
Another one gets a natural 20.
Oh, that was obviously Angel.
And one gets a
He
19.
got a good angle.
Yeah. So, these final 2 orcs on the battlefield who are in combat, everyone is watching.
One of them's got a hood up.
Yeah,
One's
these
got his
two.
hood up.
One's got, they both got their hoods
they're
up,
fuck
and
ugly.
they're great or good.
No, it's because they're fuck ugly.
And these 5 policemen are running towards. 5 policemen are standing in front of these 2 orcs that are running towards them, and most of the policemen miss, but the 2, Danny and Angle, manage to take down the final orcs.
Angel.
And
Yes!
the battle of 3 armies is won!
Fuck yes!
Whoop whoop! So we return back up to the top of this tower, where you've just heard the Tyrants, or presumably the Tyrant's voice in your head,
Okay.
and you're staring at these large double doors.
I go through the door and I get Ainsley out with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you're just going straight up.
Oh,
to the double
he
door.
knows we're here, and I'm just like, give me my fucking sister back.
So you go up to the door and you barge open. I'd say probably everyone does the same.
I'll walk in.
Can
get out
I
of Pokemon.
can I Aragorn at Helm's Deep open the doors?
On a
Oh.
horse.
No, Aragorn when he like pushes it open, like, you know, whatever.
What part of Helm's Deep in the battle?
No, yeah, there's a bit where like he arrives late because he fell off the cliff fighting the wargs, and they all think he's dead, and he turns up at the very
Oh,
he turns up late, bedraggled and looking awesome, and it's one of my favourite bits of cinema.
Hell
It's
yeah.
really good.
So when you go through this door, I'll just describe the scene that you've
Okay.
got in front of you. There's this. You can tell that this tower must, go up a certain girth to the top, and then there is a big
You
bulbous
did that
bit
to
at
yourself.
the end. Big bulbous bit at the end, because this room at the top is a lot larger than the
Than the
spiral
tower.
staircase.
Okay. So he's got a large room sat at the top of his tower.
Yes, exactly, and it's also quite tall, like almost weirdly tall. It's like
Okay.
100 feet tall.
I walk in and I kind of look up and I'm like, this room is weirdly tall.
And it's
Guys,
all the
I'm back to
things.
my sister, but
Have any of you noticed this room's weirdly tall?
Yeah.
And the acoustics are fantastic.
and the other main thing that you see is straight in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You see a large chair that is facing away from you, and in front of
weird.
that is
Does he,
Chairs
does he
always
turn
face-
around stroking a lion?
so in front of him is this huge window that looks out over the pretty much the looks out through some mountains and stuff, pretty much over the entire Navintian Empire.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're going to kill this guy, but can I get the number of his interior design?
Yeah, or just take
For
his tower,
weirdly
to be
tall-
fair.
Yeah,
Like,
true,
It's
yeah,
quite
it's-
great. It's
There's
prime,
a lot of blood on it, though.
prime real estate.
and
Once you clean it.
Once you clean it, once you
and
hose
he,
it.
and he says to
It's
you
free real
guys,
estate.
"Isn't it magnificent? In the not too distant future, all of this will be mine."
Apart from where the sun, the shadow bits are. That's Simba's.
What?
Kyle says that, and we're like, man, you're a. Oh,
Stop watching The Lion King, Kyle.
Kyle, there are other movies.
Yeah.
Oh, he just looks off in the distance like, that's Simba's.
What's that dark place?
Is it Scars? Scars, not.
No, I
Symbols.
know, but I had to make the reference work because no one was. I could tell that no one was understanding.
Yeah.
I think people would have got that.
It wouldn't have been
Everyone-
as effective.
Yeah, yeah.
I needed some laughs.
Simba is inherently funnier than Scar.
Yeah.
Anyway, the tyrant
got like
calmly
a bee
waits
in
for
it.
you to finish your discussion about the Lion King and then continues.
And I
Yeah,
ask
so-
him, why is this room so tall?
He says, "I've silently waited and prepared, and now your puny army will be no match for our force." And at this point, this
It's so kind of awkward that we've won. He doesn't know yet.
Can we
it's like,
call
your
down?
puny army, you only have people, and also, I forgot about the elves, and, you have guns, shit.
And you have the order. Fuck. I forgot about them.
Can we see him, or is he hidden by this big chair?
he's hidden by this chair.
Can we just
now-
see, like, furs or like shoulders coming around the chair, just like I'm large.
So this chair then now swivels round.
Yes.
And he stands up, and you get to see him properly for the first time, and he is,
On a scale of 1 to 10, where is he?
in terms of looks,
Yeah.
he's pretty old and like battered looking.
Sounds like a 10 to me.
He's ruggedly handsome,
Ah.
but he has very, very pale, a pale angular face, and he has this white hair that is swept back, but his hair's almost got like kind of blue tint to. I don't want to say frosty but he's got frosted tips.
He has frosted tips. No, he has frosted tips, but it's legitimately frosted. It's not bleached. It's just actual frost.
Yeah, so he's got frosted tips.
And they're great.
On his nips.
He stands up,
frosted tips
a
on
ruggedly
his nips.
handsome old man with frosted tips and nipple tassels. He looks at you and says, "I've had your sister."
Oh!
And he's wearing very sort of noble wear.
Okay.
And in his arms, he's...
So he's not wearing armour?
No.
Mm.
In his arms,
Right.
he's carrying, sort of cradling Marcella.
That's fucking weird.
How old's Marcelo's? What?
Like
6?
Yeah.
How big is he?
He's quite a big guy.
How
Like he's
tall?
like 6'7". He's built. And he's,
So he's shorter than me.
yeah.
Okay.
So when you say cradling in arms, it's more like he's kind of like got her draped over one of his arms.
Yeah.
Like a butler.
And she's unconscious.
Well, she's asleep.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, because he said, "Don't wake the child."
Yeah.
Right.
I shout, "Marcella, wake up!"
This bitch be bad.
You gotta check out this room. It's weirdly tall.
He's got frosted tips. No, let's not do
On
that.
his nips.
Hey, Tyrant, the naughty's called. They want their hair back.
Is this what Oliver says?
No, that's what he's thinking.
Okay.
Go for it.
I mean, he's said some stuff. He's done his little mini monologue, but he's got some stuff. He's got some stuff fucking locked and loaded. But
Oh, so we can tell. We can tell he's ready.
But
to
you
go.
know, it comes that bit in the dialogue. Where
Oh,
it's
he's a bit like dramatic about it.
yeah. So he's finished now. He's
I'll
waiting
play
for a
in.
response.
I'll play in. I step forward. Can I draw someone else's sword? Because I don't have a sword myself.
I give you my sword.
Cool. I take Carl's sword. I point at him like, "Give me my sister back, fiend."
This is so un-Oliver.
No. Yeah, I don't do that. I walk forward and I'm just
And then
like,
he faints.
that's more
This
Oliver.
room is freakishly tall.
I kind of walk forward and I'm like,
I mean, it doesn't take much from what we can see.
He looks
Make
up
him
and he
faint.
loses. It's like the opposite of whatever fear of heights is. It's a fear of being in tall rooms.
I kind of step forward and I'm like, just, I don't care about anything else. Just give me my family back.
Well, it turns out she's not who I thought she was.
She's not. Just.
But at the same time, I know what's happening downstairs, and there's no way that I'm going to consider giving you her back now.
I mean, why
considering
not?
What you've done to her.
I mean, I did none of that.
Well, in fact, I don't even know if you know what's been happening downstairs.
I did some of it.
He did do some of it. He's disgusting and probably has a disease.
Yeah. Well, my orcish army are sadly no more.
Mm.
But it's not to worry. I have plans afoot. But yes, if I gave you back Marcella, you would get out of my hair. But I kind of want the privilege of killing you myself.
No
I mean,
one
you'll
wants to be in
try.
your hair.
Those frosted
Tips
tips.
are so disgusting.
And he sort of walks over towards you, leaving his chair, and walks down towards the side. You may think of me as a mere mortal man, but I am more powerful than anything you have ever encountered.
I mean-
he looks straight at Davith and Free now. It's like, Your Emperor. I'm afraid he's no match for me and my army.
Can Davith just chuckle a bit?
Yeah, if he wants to.
Good one.
And we will be very soon marching down south on your empire, and there's nothing you can do about it, Order.
Excuse me. You just said that your Orcish army had died. So what army are you marching with?
He just sort of looks at you,
She has a good point.
and just like you can see the tips of his mouth.
Tips of his hair.
You can just see his mouth like go into a little bit of a smile. So at the Tyrant talking about that little grimace about the army, and having heard about the plan to march down south, Frina steps forward and puts her hand on the hilt of her sword and just says that you have no idea the power of our emperor and the might that will come down if you even attempt to come down south. You have no chance. And the Tyrant again just sort of smiles at her. And yeah, what do you guys do?
Slowly step behind Pebble.
Right, so how far away is he from us?
He's sort of slowly walking towards you guys.
Okay.
And so at the moment he's sort of 20 feet away, we'll say.
And he's still carrying what's her face?
Marcella. Yes.
What's the room like?
Weirdly tall.
Besides being weirdly tall.
It's well
so like
ordained.
around this side, so there's a bed in here. This is his living quarters. There's a bed and there's
lots of dirty dishes.
Chests and drawers, dirty dishes.
Is there a lot of furniture like scattered
Any
about?
posters on the wall?
Yeah. No, none. But
Body
yeah,
pillows?
there's stuff. I know what are you thinking?
So
Hell yeah.
I haven't used. Have I used this yet? I don't know.
Your Pokemon?
Depends what it is.
So in the Starry Wars world, I got the staff. I got the Shock Pro staff.
No, you've not used that yet.
I don't
Would you
think
like to use it?
I don't think I've used that yet. So
Like, where are you going with this?
so
Just suddenly attack him.
basically
Just tase him.
Just be like, ha!
basically at the moment he's not given us what's her chops. He's not given us Marcella
No.
back.
It's good to know that you're following.
I know. I like to summarise as I'm going along here. My vein of thought is
Train of thought.
what?
Train of thought.
It's not vein.
No.
What? Are you sure?
Your vein of thought, that anatomical landmark.
That's why I say, like, robbed by the train of thought bandit.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are operating on the vein of thought.
This
Lady has a tumor of the vein of thought. She thinks too much.
I thought vein of thought was this.
No, it's train of thought. No.
Okay, anyway, your vein of thought is.
My train of thought was
Vein of thought.
I want to sneak away from him because I'm pretty sneaky. I'm
Okay.
pretty
You
sneaky.
need to be pretty sneaky. He's looking at
Oh,
you.
he's standing there monologuing, right? They've no idea what's going on
Yeah,
when
wait,
they're monologuing.
Can I
There's a
say
brightly painted
just
pebble in the room.
to help her out? Can I be like chatting along, being like, no, but like just give me my sister back, like, but
You're just
like,
trying to distract
a
him.
bit more eloquently.
You
Yeah.
just-
I'm not
yeah.
really trying to. I'm just trying to be like, look, just getting all flustered, just like
Yeah.
Pebbles.
Yeah.
Kyle's just sort of honestly just trying to figure out why he's here.
Pebbles just kind of
He
like
doesn't
putting his,
really seem to have a horse in this race.
I'd imagine Pebbles just putting his arm out like Pebble.
Yeah.
Right.
So what?
Right.
Where do you want to sneak to? You're just trying to hide, or
Basically, I want to get because what is close that I could like hide behind and sort of like dash between.
Why don't you try and hide in his
things.
back passage?
I mean,
in his massive atrium?
rather than like specifically trying to like hide and sneak, you could just kind of like try and nonchalantly sidle your way around.
It's like,
like walk.
'Cause that comes
and
under
then
stealth.
Combat roll behind a shed.
Yeah.
Not a shed. What,
Just
a
like
shelving unit. I don't know.
as like every time he looks
Shells
away,
Arcanon.
Shells are cannon.
away.
Every time he looks away, you like take a little bit of a sidestep towards the, like around him, and then like if you just do it slowly enough, in the vein of Drax moving so slowly he's invisible to the eye, you will just get round him.
That's not
you mean in the vein of thought?
Yeah.
Can I give her advantage? Because like I see her sort of like sidling off.
Yeah.
And if he starts to like look towards her, I'll be like, "Yeah, you prick! Fuck you!" And throw a boot at him.
Do it.
Advantage.
Oh my god!
It's a new one. The boot of advantage.
Right? Yeah. Okay, well the tyrant is starting to get. You can tell he's getting. That grimace that he had going on is.
Yeah.
He's starting to get a little bit annoyed. He seems like you're trying to. You can
You're
tell
trying to
that
stall.
You're trying to toy with him now. Are you gonna throw this boot?
I shout.
Roll
Like,
the
if you notice his nine sort of walking away, we're just gonna see how well she rolls.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Motherfucker!
I'm gonna keep my boot, but I do shout, "You prick."
All right. So where do you want to sneak to? You can sneak
So,
anywhere in this room.
As he's having a wee chit chat with like Farah and
boys.
Monologue. Grimace. I like to imagine as he talks, he kind of closes his eyes and just sort of is looking up.
He's
at
very
tall
like
ceiling.
Italian with it, like with like waving his hands around.
Drops Marcella and he picks it back up.
Yeah. And literally just dart across to like hide behind. What would be near? Like
His butt.
The chair.
The
was there.
chair.
the chair. When the dart sort of
The
behind
chair.
to hide behind the chair.
I like the idea you get onto the chair and then we're all looking behind him and the chair slowly rolls round. You've got this stick ready and you're like, "I'm gonna get him."
Get him in the back passage.
And the chair just like moves forward, like it's like automatic chair.
Like just get your legs wheeling.
Slowly.
I like to imagine he does look around, but as he looks around, you flip the chair around, so it's just the other side of it, and he's just like, nope.
And he's like, "Is that chair closer?" "No, not so." Don't know what you're talking about.
He says that, and I'm like, keep your eye on the shut up.
Yeah, you prick.
Yeah. Honestly, Kyle just says that every few
You
seconds.
prick.
But yeah.
Prick.
So yeah, dart between a variety of objects that gets me towards the chair,
Yeah.
and then I want to sneak up behind him and stab him in the back with my prods.
You're only able to sneak up behind him in this round. I've given you a lot.
Okay.
So no
Okay.
stabby.
No stabby.
No
as in-
stabby.
Are you aiming for the arsehole, right?
No, aim for his back.
Right up Main Street.
Or his head. Aim for his head.
Right up Main Street.
Aim for his butthole.
I'm aiming for his head.
I mean, it's everyone's weak point.
I'm not sticking it up his butt.
His back passage. Aim for his massive atrium.
I'm stabbing him in the head. In the head.
Okay.
When I hit, I shock him in the head.
I mean, he's pretty tall, so you can aim for the head, but it's about butt height.
I'm not butting him.
So while this is happening, you guys are trying to distract the tyrant, and Freena is getting agitated now as well. And she just looks around at David with the sort of wide eyes. But like, when do we fucking do?
Davis probably looking actually like relatively chill, like definitely compared to Freena, and he kind of steps forward and he's kind of got like one hand because he's got a big sword and he's a small gnome, so he's got it on his back. I'm saying, and he kind of walks forward and he's just like, "Tell you, I've fought in wars against much bigger armies than yours. You got no chance." And draws his sword and just kind of stands there ready next to Freena.
Oh, nice. Is it glowing? Because he had a glowy
Yeah,
kind of sword
little bit.
in Forestwood.
Yeah.
I'm just realising
He's just
how
like- he's-
out of place Kyle feels.
He's just generally kind of chill. He's just like, yeah, he's got no chance. And
Okay.
like he knows even if he fails, he can't take the Empire, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this moment, sort of while David is talking, and sort of when David finishes talking, during that conversation or that speech, the tyrant sort of like twitches a couple of times, and can you guys? So maybe the eagle-eyed of some of you can almost see like his skin is starting to shift a little bit.
Gross.
You should use Head and Shoulders.
You know what? A cream for that.
What are we rolling?
No,
We don't.
Not rolling anything.
Okay.
And then once David finishes talking, the Tyrant starts that grimace again that's been annoying you so much, but it grows, and he is like a broad evil smile now.
Do you realise grimace is like, you do that, you're like,
yeah, well,
that's like a grimace.
Well, I think
Yeah.
there's
I'm
a
imagining
word.
it's just kind of like,
I know the word you're looking for is cunty smile.
No,
yeah,
there's another
He's got a
word.
cunty
shit-eating grin.
Shit-eating grin is so good.
Grimace is like what you
Yeah,
read in the
yeah,
book.
grimace
that
is the wrong
someone
word.
does
Grimace
a
is like
funeral.
cringe.
This is yeah. There's another word.
Grimace is like you're uncomfortable.
Smile.
Yeah. Smile, whatever. I don't know.
Deceitful smile.
I honestly think you can't get better than shit-eating grin.
Okay, shit-eating grin grows,
Nice.
and it's such a shit-eating grin. It's still warm on his teeth.
Grimace.
Oh my god, the fucking McDonald's guy.
The McDonald's guy. I looked up Grimace, like, I wonder what it's gonna be. And then it just comes up with that.
Do you not remember Grimace?
No.
He's one of the McDonald's.
Am I the only one here old enough to remember Grimace?
I remember
I
Grimace.
don't remember Grimace.
I don't.
Probably only because part of the reason I remember
What about
Grimace.
the Hamburglar?
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah,
He was
part
around
of
the time of that.
He's
He
around the time
was
of that.
weird. The guy creeped me out.
Hey, look.
I wanted to be that dude. All his life was just stealing hamburgers. It sounded great.
Hey guys, can we come back to this like really, really important story point that we've got kind
Yeah.
of going on here
No.
at the moment? We could keep talking
This
about
is an important
McDonald's.
McDonald's related debate.
You can keep saying, but I'm picturing Grimace holding a small child.
I now am as well, yeah.
Okay,
Oh
well,
God.
So this smile, be it shit grinning,
Shit greeting in.
shit eating, there we go, or not, is growing, and he almost seems like he's becoming uncomfortable in himself, in his
Yeah, I
own
am.
skin, and he sort of like shudders every now and then the Tyrant like falls to his knees.
He's still holding Marcella.
Yeah, still holding Marcella in his
Okay.
arm, and then he just starts like shuddering, and these like rigid, like abnormal movements keep coming around him, and then
Can I shock him?
he starts to grow.
Can I really shock him?
You can run up to him, and you wanted to hit him in the head
With my shock staff.
Okay, cool. You don't need to roll to hit or anything. You drive this shock staff into like the back of his neck, and these bolts like shock through him, and then he almost starts having what looks like some sort of fit or a seizure or something, and he keeps growing, and then like his skin moves and spines like start jutting out of him, out of his
God.
shoulders and out of the back of his neck. You notice now. And he starts to grow insatiably, and maybe at this moment you realise why his ceiling is so tall. Because he now grows.
I point that out. I'm like, guys, that's why the ceiling's so tall.
And as he grows, now he's 5 meters tall, and his facial features start to diminish and become more reptilian. And claws like burst out from the end of his fingers, and that you see these wings start to explode out from the back of his
Jesus Christ.
the back of his coat, and a tail like burst out. And over the course of this minute, you see the Tyrant polymorph into an adult white dragon.
Oh,
Plot twist.
madness.
Oh shit.
That's really cool.
And now we're gonna change scene.
Can I just weird? My mind's gone to a weird place in that polymorph is instant. So he did that on purpose. He could have just switched. as I said, like dramatic.
Yeah.
That's so bad. So he doesn't need an army.
Could he big dragon?
So now we change scene, and we're back down in the Great Hall.
With no more blue.
The massive. I think you found.
Everything, you're on top of this elf, and you're sort of cheering
sort
with
of blue.
it. you're still blue.
Still blue. 10
And
days.
around about you, all of the members of the infantry of Skull and the elves start to go a little bit pale in the face, and then they collapse to their knees as
What
well.
the fuck?
And slowly but surely,
Oh shit.
in a similar vein to which is actually the phrase you might be looking for.
Train.
Nice.
Like a similar train.
In a similar train, in a similar vein to the tyrant at the top of the tower, these people start to grow spines and reptilian
all his
features.
family. Oh, he dad.
Oh, but Jesus.
And they also now polymorph into what look almost like dragonborns.
Oh, cool. That's fine.
It's my people.
Shit.
This has gotten better.
And having taken down 100 orcs, you now look around and there are probably another 150 of these half dragons now staring back.
And there's like 6 of us.
Yes.
Oh, we got the. Yeah, pretty much.
Aren't you on top of one?
What? Yeah.
Oh.
What?
You feel a spine dig into
Anything,
your leg
anything,
and you're like, ugh.
anything happened to the frost giant?
Nothing happens to the frost.
Maybe he's on
no,
our side
the frost
now.
giant's like,
Because giants hate dragons, so maybe? I don't know.
What?
Fingers crossed.
So, I'm sorry guys, the battle is not yet over.
Are they looking at us like we're dinner?
Very much. One of them looks at you and goes, "Yeah, we're dinner."
I look at all of the dragons around me and go, bloody hell, this battle's really going to drag on.
Is that really going to be the end of this? Like,
It's so good!
So good.
End the episode
That's-
on. It
that
was meant to be like Connor's
is-
monologue, leading it out, and it's so perfect.
That
and
might
now
be
it's on
the
a pun.
best joke we've done on the podcast.
Oh,
I love
fuck.
He's so happy with himself.
it. James is literally dancing.
He's
Playing
dancing.
air guitar with how happy he is at that.
That's the best joke I've ever.
Right.
It might be.
Okay, fine. End of episode on
Woo!
that pun.